Welcome to Streaming News Network by J. Claude McDaniel.
This is J. Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Pamela Bondi has been dismissed as Attorney General by Donald Trump, ending her 14-month tenure at the Department of Justice. In a public statement, Bondi defended her time in office, calling it one of the most consequential periods in the department's history and expressing gratitude to the president. She confirmed she will transition to the private sector. The administration announced that Todd Blanche will step in as her replacement. Bondi's tenure included several controversies, including scrutiny over the handling of investigations tied to Jeffrey Epstein, which drew political attention and criticism. President Trump described Bondi as a loyal ally, but the move marks the second cabinet-level departure during his current term. This is J. Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Federal authorities have arrested 8 individuals and charged 15 in connection with an alleged healthcare fraud scheme totaling more than $50 million across Southern California. Officials say the suspects operated fraudulent hospice facilities that billed Medicare for services provided to patients who were not terminally ill. The investigation, led in part by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, targeted multiple locations, including Covina, Anaheim, Glendale, and Lakewood. Prosecutors allege the funds were not used for patient care, but instead diverted to personal expenses such as travel, mortgages, and overseas transfers. Authorities say some of those charged were licensed medical professionals, including nurses and other healthcare providers. The operation, known as Operation Never Say Die, highlights ongoing concerns about widespread fraud within the healthcare system. This is J. Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Brady Ebert, a founding member of the band Turnstile, has been arrested in Maryland and charged with second-degree attempted murder following an alleged hit-and-run incident. Authorities say Ebert is accused of intentionally striking a man with a vehicle on March 29, leaving the victim with serious injuries to both legs. The victim has been identified as William Yates. In addition to the attempted murder charge, Ebert also faces an assault charge. He has appeared in court and is currently being held without bail as the case moves forward. Ebert helped form Turnstile in 2010 but left the group in 2022 as the band gained wider recognition. He had recently been associated with another music group but was removed earlier this year. This is J. Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Federal prosecutors say 3 alleged members of MS-13 are on trial for a series of deadly attacks across California and Nevada. The defendants, José Luis Reynaldo Reyes Castillo, David Arturo Perez Manchame, and Joel Vargas Escobar, face a 34-count federal indictment, including charges of murder, attempted murder, kidnapping, and weapons offenses tied to at least 11 killings. Prosecutors allege the attacks were carried out to increase status within the gang, with victims often targeted based on suspected rival affiliations. The case is being heard in federal court in Las Vegas and is expected to last up to 3 months. Officials described the alleged crimes as part of a broader racketeering operation involving extreme violence over an extended period. This is J. Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A political controversy is unfolding in Colorado following a court decision involving former election official Tina Peters. Peters, who had been serving a 9-year prison sentence for her role in a breach of county voting systems, has had that sentence overturned by a state appeals court. The case has now been sent back to a lower court for resentencing. The ruling comes amid growing political tension, as Jared Polis faces criticism from some Democrats and moderates, while receiving support from others for signaling possible clemency. Donald Trump has also weighed in, previously criticizing the case and issuing a symbolic pardon, which does not apply to state-level convictions. State officials have denied claims of political retaliation tied to the case, as legal and political battles continue to intensify. This is J. Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. The White House says Melania Trump has helped secure the return of additional Ukrainian children to their families, marking the 4th such effort. Officials report that another child is expected to be reunited with family members later this month as part of the ongoing initiative. According to the administration, the effort includes direct communication with Vladimir Putin regarding children taken during the conflict involving Ukraine. The First Lady previously described maintaining an open line of communication and credited diplomatic outreach between both sides for enabling earlier reunifications. The White House says multiple children have already been returned through similar efforts in recent months, as discussions continue. This is J. Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Joseph Duggar is facing multiple criminal charges following allegations involving a minor, as new details emerge from a recorded jailhouse call with his wife, Kendra Duggar. Authorities in Florida allege Duggar engaged in inappropriate conduct with a child under the age of 12 during a family trip in 2020. The alleged victim, now 14, recently came forward. Separately, officials in Arkansas have charged both Joseph and Kendra Duggar with multiple counts related to child endangerment and false imprisonment, though those charges are said to be unrelated to the Florida case. During the recorded call from a detention facility, Duggar discussed his financial situation and time in confinement, while Kendra referenced being relocated to a private location following her release on bail. The Duggar family rose to national prominence through reality television but has faced ongoing legal controversies in recent years. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. An Ohio dance instructor has been sentenced to between 16 and 20 years in prison following a shooting at a New Year's Day party. Prosecutors say Olivia Clendenin was convicted of attempted murder, multiple counts of felonious assault, and illegally firing a weapon into a residence. The incident occurred January 1, 2025, in Clear Creek Township. Authorities say Clendenin went to the party after discovering her husband and boyfriend were both present and aware of each other. She allegedly fired 8 rounds from a .40 caliber handgun. One of the bullets struck Daniel Johnson, who was not involved in the dispute. He later told the court he continues to suffer chronic pain following the injury. During sentencing, Clendenin expressed regret and wished the victim well, while family members of the victim argued she showed little remorse. Her attorney has indicated plans to appeal the conviction. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Leadership tensions are escalating within the University of Wisconsin system, where President Jay Rothman says he has been told to resign or face termination, without being given a reason. Rothman, who has led the system of approximately 165,000 students since 2022, stated in a letter that regents informed him his options were to resign, retire, or be dismissed. He says no substantive explanation has been provided for what he described as a loss of confidence in his leadership and has refused to step down on principle. The Board of Regents held a closed emergency meeting to discuss personnel matters but has not publicly commented on the situation. Rothman also says he was denied an opportunity to address the board directly, calling the process difficult to justify. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Authorities in Orlando have released new body camera footage following a fatal incident at Universal Orlando Epic Universe involving a roller coaster ride. Officials say Kevin Rodriguez Zavala, age 32, was found unresponsive after riding the Stardust Racers attraction on September 17. The footage captures the moments after the ride, including emotional reactions from his girlfriend, who described concerns about the lap restraint during the experience. An investigation later determined that park employees followed standard safety procedures and were not found to be negligent. The victim's family has since reached a confidential settlement with the park following an independent review. The incident remains under scrutiny as safety concerns continue to be evaluated.
Thank you for listening to Streaming News Network videos and shorts. Please like and subscribe to our news channel.